When starting an online business, it's helpful to determine what business model you'd like to follow. One of them is e commerce. If you have one or more physical products or digital products which you want to sell online, e commerce is a valuable online business model. For this, you can either have your own web store. You could use Shopify for a standard monthly fee. You can use Shopify, or you can have your own hosting on WordPress for a reduced, just web hosting cost. Or you can even have something else that's homegrown. You can have your own e commerce platform. So that's one way to do it, having your own web store. Another one is you could have a seller account on a popular e commerce platform such as Amazon or Flipkart. And the platform will actually take the customer's order, retain the commission per sale, and then credit your seller account. Generally, it's done on a bi weekly basis or sometimes on a monthly basis. And in the case of physical products, of course, there's also a need to figure out the logistics around the manufacturing. Maybe you have a supplier or you manufacture the goods yourself. And then there's packaging, the branding, which is needed, of course, for both digital and physical products. But then for physical products, again, you have to figure out the warehouse stocking of your products, having enough of them when the customer orders come in, and then the cost of stocking them. And then there's the shipping cost, shipping logistics. When orders come in, how do you ship the product to the customer in a timely manner? So that's e-commerce. And then next you have is drop shipping. So drop shipping is one place where you have the benefits of e-commerce, but without actually having to do the manufacturing and stocking or shipping. So what you do is you want to resell third-party products in your own e-commerce web store. So drop shipping is the business model that you would use for this. It's also called reseller. So it depends on which country. In the US, it's generally called drop shipping. So in this case, then you simply display the product details in your web store, take customer orders, retain your profit, and transfer the order details and the product's fixed cost to the manufacturer, or it could be a wholesaler or some other retailer. All you do is you take the orders, take your profit, and then send the details to the along with the cost of the product which you get from the customer. You send that to the manufacturer or wholesaler or retailer, and they take care of the rest. And the third one is content writing or marketing. This is another valuable online business model. For example, there are so many bloggers, so many blogging platforms, so many blogs. So these are all content writers and marketers. And then you have YouTubers and social media marketers. These are also involved in the online business model of content writing and marketing. So bloggers, YouTubers, and social media marketers, they focus on sharing information online. It could be either in a written form, as in blogs, of course, you have all these images and everything, or it could be videos like YouTube videos, you have YouTube shorts or podcasts. You see so many podcasts on YouTube. So it could be some kind of podcast. And then and of course through a variety of digital images and so on. So that's content writing. And then the monetizing part happens. The content writers and marketers actually earn their money is they promote affiliate products, or they promote some other referral product, sponsored products, or they have advertisements on the website, or they could even, for some of their premium content, they could have premium monthly subscriptions and then give out the other content, general content, for free. So this is one way. And then another thing is you can have a lot of information and available, and then also simultaneously sell some digital products. So these are different ways in which content writers and marketers actually monetize their content. Then next you have e-commerce, drop shipping, then you have content writing and marketing, and then you have services for online businesses. You could have one-to-one services, like you could be doing video editing for a lot of online business owners. be doing social media marketing and consulting services for them, or you could be doing content writing. So these are different ways in which you can provide services to online business owners, or you could have something more holistic. Means providing different services to online business owners by itself is one-to-one marketing. But if you want to provide services that are one-to-many, that would include, like if you had like online paid courses and education, like via e-learning platforms such as Udemy, or you had individual online communities on platforms such as school. So this is one to many, where your content and your work is much more scalable. You can reach a much wider audience with the same content, with the same service. So this is one way you can have one to many services through paid courses and communities. And then you have web platforms. So that's another online business model. The fifth business model, web platforms. So here you could have cloud hosting services. There's so many cloud hosting services out there. There's AWS and Google cloud hosting, and so many others out there. So you could have cloud hosting services and professional email services like Zoho and Google, of course, Google for work. Things like Adobe monthly subscriptions or Canva subscriptions, or you have Amazon Prime or Netflix. So these are all number of different services that are available for a monthly or a yearly subscription model. So these are all web platforms, a set of features and functionality. It's not a product that you have to download, but actually use their services via the internet. So the sixth one you can have online business model is where there's a lot of open source software. So you could on top of those open source softwares, you could provide some add-on software, or you could also have some support, additional support. The software is free, but you provide paid support. So these are different. This is another online business model. Some popular examples, if you have to take, there are plugins and themes for WordPress or Joomla. These are all blogging softwares. Blogging, I mean, you can do a lot with WordPress. You can have any type of website, but a lot of bloggers do use WordPress. So you could have plugins or themes to provide additional functionality and look and feel for WordPress. Then you have, for example, Red Hat Linux. The software itself, the OS itself is free, but there's a lot of paid support and additional add-ons to it, which are all paid. And then you have databases like MySQL. There's a personal edition, and then there's a more professional edition. So similarly with Oracle. So these are all different softwares that are available for free with add-on support or software. And so there are many other businesses which have provide open source software with additional add-on support or software add-ons. So these are all the different online business models. You have e-commerce, then you have drop shipping or reseller, and then you have content writing or marketing, and then you have one-to-one services or one-to-many services. And then you also have web platforms, cloud hosting or Netflix. All these are different web platforms. And then you have paid add-ons to free open source software. That's another business model. So any of these, you could, when you're an online business owner, you can choose any of these different business models. If you're a startup and looking to start making revenue and profit much sooner, then a good option would be to start with one-to-one or one-to-many services, and then from there to move on to one. Where the advantage of one-to-one or one-to-many services is, you as you work with customers directly, you get to know what are their pain points, what are things you can solve for them. You start really building a relationship with customers, and from that point, and then you also start generating revenue. So it builds a momentum by which you can figure out if you would like to move from the services to another one of the online business models. Maybe you want to do e-commerce or content writing, or in marketing, or you want to build a web platform. So a good way to start is with services, and then to move to one of the other online business models.